My name is Mr. Wasiu Oladeye, and I'm here to take you maths as usual. In our last class, we have this another online platform where we teach our students on some topics. In our last class, we did some mathematical topics in which the response was great. Today, without wasting much of our time, we want to quickly move to factorization, one common factor. We are talking about a subtopic on removing brackets. What do we mean by removing brackets? Let's take an expression, for example. We have 3 into the bracket of 2x minus y. If we are to remove the bracket here, we are to remove bracket. What do? We say solution. 3, let's open 3 times this, then 3 times this. 3 times 2x, that's 2x, minus 3 into the bracket of y. So 3 times 2x, that's 6x. Minus 3 times y, that's minus 3y. That is what we can see that we have removed the bracket from the question, which used to be a bracket question, 3 into the bracket of 2x minus y. We have opened up the bracket by we have removed the bracket by expanding or multiplying the value with the bracket value to have this as our answer. Let's quickly touch another example before we move to the next subtopic. We have a topic 8 into the bracket of 2a minus b. If we are to remove the bracket here, what do? We say 8 into the bracket of 2a minus 8 into the bracket of b. So we have what? 8 times 2a is what? 16a minus 8 times b is what? 8b. That is what our answer. You can see we have removed the bracket. This is very easy and straight. Now the next subtopic we want to quickly touch, we want to quickly move to is common factor. Common factor. What do we mean by common factor? Let's assume in our previous class, let's say in our JS1 class, we have talked about HCF and LCF. We have talked about that HCF is highest common factor. HCF is called highest common factor. And LCF is lowest common factor. If you remember vividly what we mean by highest common factor, the highest value that is common to a particular expression, that is what highest common factor. Then the lowest common value factor is we start taking it from the lowest value to the highest value. The lowest common factor, value that is the lowest value that is common in a factor. Now let's quickly go to the example of today. We have 6, example 2. Find the HCF of 6xy and 18x3. Now, if we are to solve this is easy. Let's make it a simpler way. This is 6xy. If we want to divide 6xy, we can have it to be 6 times x times y. We have split it out. So so that would be 6. If you multiply 6 times x, you have 6x. If you have multiply 6x times y, you have 6xy. Also, the next one is 18x cubed, which means we can say what are the values that can divide 18. We can have 3 times 6 times x times x times x. So what do we now have? What are the values that are common to A and common to B that we can have? You can see that what we have here, we have 6 is common to both sides, and we have x is common to both sides. So that means you have what? There's no other thing. Y is common here, but Y is not here. 3 is here, 3 is not here. So that means the ones that are common, the highest value that is common between the two is 6 and x. So that's 6 times x. So our answer was 6x. I want to believe our student we are getting this. Now let's take another example. So that we'll get it as good as possible. Another example says 12a and find the HCF of 12a and 8a squared. 8a squared. A quick solution to that. What do you think 12a will be? Who can tell us what 12a will be? 12a will be what? 2 times 6 times a. Is that not so? Because 2 times 6 is what? Is 12. 12 times, we can say, or we can make it in a simpler form by saying 2 times 2 times 3 times a. That's what 2 times 2 is what? 4. 4 times 3 is what? 12. 12 times a is what? A. Is 12a. Now the next one is 8a squared. What do you have for a? 12, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times a times a. Let's check. 2 times 2 is what? Is 4. 4 times 2 is what? Is 8. 8 times a is what? 8a. 8a times a is what? 8a squared, which is what we have here. Now, what are those common values that are common to both sides? You can see that we have a 2 here is common to both sides. This one also 2 is common to both sides. 3 is here, 3 is not here, it's not common, right? So look at a is common to both sides. The value that are common to both sides is what we measure out. So we now have 2 times 2 times a, which is what is common to both sides. And our answer will become what? 2 times 2, which is what? 4. 4 times a is what? 4a. That is our what? Answer. Let's try to take one more example before we now give us some classwork. This will help us to understand it more and have no problem with it. Example 3. Now, we have 30 AD. Find the HCF of 30 AD and 28 AX. Now, let's take 30 AD first. So, let's divide it in a simpler way. You can say 2 times what? Who can guess? Let me make it simpler for you. You can, if you are confused on what the value of 30 AD will be, you can just say 30 AD. Now, you start taking it from the lowest. 2, we have 15. 2 in 30, you have 15. Then you have AD. We have, what can go again? 3. Is that not so? 3 in 15, that's 5. 5 what? AD. What can go again? 5. 5 in 5, 1 AD. So you can now see the next one is what? A. That's what? D. What is D? D in D, 1. So you are left with what? 2 times 3 times 5 times 8 times Z. So that's what? 2 times 3 times what? Times 5 times what? A times what? D. I hope we get it that simple, in a very simple way like that. So if we are confused on what the factors will be for a particular place, we can just make use of this method. Use a dividing method to divide it all through. Then you have 28ax. Who can tell us? If you are still confused, you can use the same method. 28ax. 2 in 28, 14ax. Is that not so? 2 in 14, 7ax. Is that not so? 2 in 7, no. 3 in 7, no. 4 in 7, no. 5 in 7. So 7 in 7, that's what? Meaning 8ax. A in A7, you have x. So x in x, you have 1. So that means we are left with what? We are left with 2 times 2 times 7 times a times x. So we can now from there pick our common value. What's common here? This and this is common. Can all see that? 3 is here, 3 is not here. 5 is here, 5 is not here. A is here, A is here. They are common. D is here, D is not here. So what is common? We have 2 times A. So the common factor is what? 2A. I want to believe with these examples we have done, right from the removing bracket method, we did 2 examples there, one here and this other one. Then the common factors, where we have done 3 different examples, we can see that this method are easy to understand and communicate. If we are finding any one of it difficult, we can consult here. That we are finding any of the factors difficult to understand, we can just break it down this way in order to get our factors and get our answer. So with this and many other examples that we can find, you can see that these are straightforward and easy for us to understand. So we would like to give us some classwork, or let's call it an assignment, for us to try within ourselves and see if we can we understand this topic more. Because the more you solve, the more you know. And the more you know, the more you become perfect. The more you become a perfect, you become a professional. So let's try some classwork, which must be submitted on or before the end of today. We are going to give us 3 questions on removing brackets and 4 or 3 other questions from common factor. Now let's list out the questions we have to do, and I want us to try them. This is on removing brackets now. So this is the first part, A. I call it A. The other part, I call it B, which is what? Question on common factor. The first one is 9xy and 24pq. 10ax squared minus 14a squared x. 13ab and 26b. 5xy and 15x. So let's try this in all 7 questions, and let's try as much as possible to solve them and give us a response in our social media platform. I can see from the last response, few of us responded to the question we gave us, and it was really communicating. We can see that we understand the topic. Now, this is another platform, this is another opportunity to lay your hands on this question and for you to know it better, especially in this very period where you have a lockdown. You can stay at home and solve enough of this question and get more used to it. And if you still want to solve more on your own, you can consult your textbook, page 23. You will see enough questions there. And if you want to reply me, you can reply me through the platform, the same WhatsApp number I use. I still use that number. But in case you are not part of the first period, the first class, you can add me up on this WhatsApp number. I'll be online ready to accept your response, and I will respond to your question as deemed fit. Thank you and God bless.